Back on ABC24 this week to talk about what happens now at MSCS. Dr. Roderick Richmond is the new interim superintendent. In fact, we can show you video from a news conference that he held late last week, trying to introduce himself to the community, saying his top priority is to try and bring the school district together. You see he was flanked by most of the school board members, including those who voted and wanted to keep Dr. Feagins. You got to say, Otis, it was at least pretty magnanimous that they showed up and wanted to get behind Dr. Richmond. In fact, let's hear one of his comments as he was stating his goals.
As I work to develop my first 100-day plan, my senior leadership team and I are focused on three things. First, we want to focus on continuity and stability. Secondly, we want to focus on ensuring that we are streamlining our processes to ensure that our schools are receiving the materials and resources that they so much need and deserve. And lastly, we want to make sure that we're meeting and having those key conversations with elected officials and key influencers throughout our community to ensure.
And he goes on. So the introduction to the community, how did you feel about how he handled that, how the school board handled that, and what are you hearing about him as a leader in this pretty big role?
Well, obviously, Deidre said earlier that he's been with the school system a long period of time, so he knows a lot of people within the district. He may not be well known in the community yet, but that's up to him to get well known. I thought he handled it fairly well the other day at the press conference. I was particularly impressed that Commissioner Hewitt-Garcia and Commissioner Porter were there, and they gave, as you said, very magnanimous comments because they voted against firing Superintendent Feagins, and I thought that they set the absolute right tone by trying to say that we're going to try to work together from now on. I was less impressed with Commissioner Murphy. I have to say, in all honesty, she relitigated what happened on Tuesday night, and I don't think the press conference was a time to do that. So I'm all in all, I thought that the press conference went about as well as it could have.
So the question is, do we stay with him, give him a few months, see how things work out, or do we do another $70,000 national search that led to the issue that we just, supposedly dealt with? There's a lot of heat about this particular firm. I'm hearing lots of comments about this. They've got a terrible track record, not just with who they've chosen for Memphis, but other school systems too. What do you think is the course of action here?
Well, I definitely thought 31 years, I believe, is his career. So did we need the search in the first place if this man had already been here this whole time, well known in the district, as you said, Otis? And it seemed like the process to just vote him in after ousting Feagins was so quick, and so he's just been waiting in the wings. A lot of people that came up to that podium said that they had already heard rumors that he was kind of going to be the guy for the job even before Tuesday's meeting. So, I mean, the process, it seems like people already had their guy in mind for a while now. Do we need another? Do we have the money? Does the district have the money for another search?
What say you, Deidre?
I'm going to say that the board is going to take their time in first quarter, this is first quarter, and determine the next steps, if they're going to do a search or if they're going to look internally. But that night, Tuesday night, if you think about the senior staff, they only had 2 or 3 options, really. And it was Dr. Whitelaw and Dr. Richmond. Mm-hmm. And so Dr. Whitelaw declined even being considered, and Dr. Richmond, who had been interested in a while, said yes. So, but he seemed shocked too.
Yeah.
Well, go ahead.
Whether they have a search, a national search, or don't have a national search, I'm going to go on record and saying, please do not use the search firm that they used previously. Mm-hmm. I thought they were a disaster. They did not do the kind of vetting that they should have done, and so let's deep six them. If we're going to do a national search, let's move on to somebody else.
I'm over time. Really quick on the state involvement in all this. Representative Mark White has said he fully expects that's going to take place. Representative G.A. Hardaway has also introduced legislation that would allow people to recall school board members. Where do you think that's going? Anybody?
Yeah. Well, I'm going to say that Representative Hardaway's legislation is for all local elected officials, not just school board. And it's just the timing is just off because of everything that's happening with the school board. So,
Okay.
yeah.
All right. And what do you think?
I think the recall is going to pass, though, because of the school board, even though it might apply to others. As far as a state intervention, I think there's some traction for that as well.
I don't.
Well, we'll see about
We'll
that.
see.
Yeah, we'll have to see about
Yeah.
that. I just think that there was bipartisan anger about this, and so we'll see what happens.
But I think the elected officials are working it out. They're having conversations. I know Chair Doris Coleman is having conversations with Representative White and Representative Hardaway, as well as Dr. Richmond. So
Okay. Well, I hope it doesn't happen.
I
I
hope
would
it
like
doesn't
to see
happen, Jim.
local control stay within the largest school district in the state. So.
Absolutely.
Yeah, for sure.